Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Stockport here in the fabled land of the Premier League. Now, I thought we'd start today on the page of Elverdin Kubat. And again, obviously, drop any players you want to see in the comments and I'll be sure to try and get them up there. We need more of a history about this guy, but the fact is, so of course, give you some rumours about Kubat, but he's just been really good this year. He is actually our highest average rating player, the 19-year-old Bosnian. And, well, we all saw that pass and little bit of play that he did against West Ham, which was absolutely phenomenal. And I'm just a huge fan of this lad, to be honest. I think he's probably been one of the best pickups we've had for quite a long time, really. And he only cost us £750,000, which I don't know if I actually mentioned in the transfer video, because I think I had to cut that bit for time, because I rambled too much. But yeah, he cost us £750,000, which is pretty damn good, really, for what we've already got from him. The Premier League is a bigger joke than in real life. 8th place and closer to the relegation zone than 7th place. Yeah, I don't know who else saw that, but that truly is a crazy situation. At one point, literally, when we went up to 8th, we were, like I said, closer to the relegation zone than we were to the 7th place side, which just shows you the gulf in class between the top 7 and everybody else. The gap has changed a little bit now as Leicester have started to pick up the pace, which actually shows you that that point we got on the opening day was pretty good, but more on that in a minute. Feeling the lack of reputation, though, as finding it hard to get decent players in. How do you find so many good players? Maybe a side video on how you achieve it. This is the thing. I don't think I'm doing anything different to what anyone else is doing to get these players, in all honesty, but I'm going to just very quickly show you what I'm doing, basically, to find most of the youngsters anyway. The rest of them are just standard scout reports. Like, I'll use the short-term focuses. If we need a player in a certain position, I'll send my scouts out with a short-term focus, and for a month usually, and that's how we found some of the, like how I found people like Z Maria, for example. So the scouting starts for me, literally, I'll do a Control W, which brings you to this page. You can go, this is just to get the youngsters anyway. You go down to youth intake. I don't know if there'll be a youth intake this month. Yeah, there has been, actually, so I'll have to look into that. I simply go to here. You can usually only do it 50 at a time. So I'll just scroll down, highlight them all, and go get scout report, basically. And then I've set it up so that the scout reports don't come straight into my inbox, because that would be a pain in the arse. I've set it so that they just go straight into that scouting centre bit email that you'll get every couple of weeks. And then once you go in there, I don't know if there's any in there at the moment, there might be. Okay, so there's a couple that we've been scouting from, like the USA, and yeah, so they'll all get dumped into here, and I have it set that I can just, even if you set the filters, it will still show you the ones below your filter threshold. So I'll just highlight all the ones below a certain level, and I'll just discard this. Now we don't need to see those again. And any that are above that on the initial report, I will have a little bit of a closer look at, and if they look better, then if they look all right, I'll hit keep scouting. And slowly but surely, over time, we build up players that we kind of get a little bit more interested in. So this is a guy we're looking at the moment. This is Rashid Barada. Same kind of process was used to get him, essentially. He's an 18-year-old Spaniard. This is very laggy today. Obviously, we don't need a player in this position right now, but the fact is, he looks absolutely fantastic right now, and I'm quite a huge fan of Rashid Barada, but that's how we found him, basically. Over time, once they're fully scouted, then I will take a proper look at them and look at the actual stats themselves, and if they look fantastic and look like they could be good, then I'll add them to the shortlist, and we'll start working through the shortlist over time. Now, obviously, the scouts' recommendations doesn't just mean, like, the quality of the player, it means the price they'd be available for and all sorts of other stuff in there. And that's all we've been doing, basically, just slowly but surely using our large amount of scouts to create a scouting network, essentially, going out there watching the youngsters. It's not like you used to be able to do it, where you could get instant scout reports practically on virtually any player using this. Like, you still have to wait weeks and weeks and weeks, and you don't get that much information about them initially, so you have to make a snap judgment. Before, it was a little bit broken how easy it was. Now it's a little bit more difficult, which is good in a way, because you can't just spam it. Although that's what essentially we're doing, but you know what I mean. So that's essentially how we find a lot of these young players, and it works pretty well for the most part. I got a Portuguese affiliate. I know you guys said that we needed to get one of those to get those Brazilian players on a 1-year work permit kind of situation. So I'm like the Oprah of affiliate clubs. You get an affiliate and you get an affiliate. It's working brilliantly for us right now. And the board have agreed to extend our stadium to 17,053. So that'll start at the end of next season. So we're slowly getting there with the stadium, but it's going to take a long time. We're getting a decent amount of money at the moment. We're making money hand over fist. And as a result, I'm constantly getting the board to invest wherever they can in facilities and stuff. And we've got loads of stuff in the pipeline with that too. So that's nice. Right, I've had some games off camera. I've got to run you through this because it's been a bit of a tough patch in all honesty, but I think we've been a bit hard done by, let's say. And I know I say that a lot this year, but it does seem to be the case. Fresh off the back of that great 4-1 win against Watford, we faced Cardiff away from home, and it was a lot like the Palace game. We weren't anywhere near as good as we were in the Palace game, but Cardiff deserved nothing from this match. They had sat back and tried to just defend, and unfortunately, just like Palace, they got away with it. We dominated the match. They had one shot on target in the entire 90 minutes, and it's another 0-0. Now, I'll take the fact that it's a 0-0 because it's another clean sheet in the Premier League, and I'm a fan of getting those. We do look a lot more defensively sound, but it's just frustrating to not get a win there when we probably should have done. And in the next match against Birmingham, I don't know what happened here at all. We took the lead early on through Nemanja Boskovic, but then we conceded a penalty, and it was their first chance of the game. They equalised. Bit annoying, but there you go. Not long after, though, Regan Poole put us back in front, and all was well, dominating the match, looking brilliant. Unfortunately, in the second half, Birmingham moved to a 4-3-3, like a proper 4-3-3, not with the wingers. They were just, and we could do nothing about it. Paul Buckley and Casey Palmer were fantastic, and unfortunately, Will Grigg scored 2 goals against us. It was very, very annoying. I still don't think we deserved to lose on the night. We were still fantastic, but we just could not handle their 4-3-3, unfortunately. And going out to a League One side is a bit disappointing, really. And that then carried into the next match against Arsenal, and I've got to say, I cannot believe this game finished 5-1. Look at the stats of this game and tell me this should have finished 5-1. So, yeah, we conceded a penalty in the opening minutes of the game, and Arsenal were already a goal up. They then got another one from Matteo Guendouzi and was 2-0. Not great, and we were playing with the 2 DMs at this point. And then they got a red card. They got a red card after just 22 minutes, and I thought, right, here's our chance. So we pushed it back to a single DM and tried to really push for it for the rest of the match. Unfortunately, it just was not happening. Ronnie Lopez got one for them. Christian Pulisic then got one for them. We were 4-0 down, and they barely had any shots on target. Andy Davidson then did get one back for us before Christian Renard made it 5-1 to Arsenal in a match in which they had 6 shots on target. We created just as many chances, if not more than they did in this match, but I think just a lack of quality was the main difference. I don't think a 5-1 is a fair result, but there you go. Swings and roundabouts and all that jazz. That was the first time that we really, just the floodgates just randomly opened. Against Everton, again, it was incredibly unfortunate. I don't believe this happened 2 games in a row. I think we've just been... I don't like saying we've been mugged off, but it feels like it when you have games like this. Çalhanoğlu scored a free kick. Now, he has got amazing free kicks. It's undeniable, but it was still frustrating when it happened. Liam Miller then did get an equaliser for us, which was fantastic. And we were playing really, really well. But then Pussetto, yeah, off the end of, I think it was off the end of a free kick from, no, it might not have been. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think there was a free kick in there somewhere. All I know is Everton went back in front again. What have I got in my notes? Oh, no, apologies. It was a free kick, and then it was a horrible mistake from our defender that let Pussetto, and I think it was Dimitrov that made the error. It was dreadful. But then Kubat equalised for us again. But then Richarlison, not 5 minutes later, another mistake. I don't know who made this one, but it was just bad. I really think that we were good for at least a point in this match. Everton are a good side, and we showed a good bit of strength against them. And that's why I think, the games against Arsenal and Everton, the results have been dreadful, but the actual performances in both games have been brilliant, and we're close to something, I feel like. Then in the next game, we weren't great against Chelsea, as you can see. We didn't really create a great deal in this, but we kept the scoreline down, which is what we've been trying to do in all these matches. And ironically, this is probably the worst performance of the bunch, and yet it was the most tight game in terms of the actual scoring. James Maddison gave them the lead. Dilderson made it 2-0, but then Frano Fazic got a goal back for us in the 78th minute. It was nice. He did all right in this game. He was probably one of our best players anyway. John Gray was pretty decent too. You might also notice that Bruno Bridges played in this match. We had no defenders to play in that role, and as a result, Bruno Bridges had to start a Premier League game, and he put in a 6.8. I think he actually played again. I don't think that's his only appearance for us. Oh, tell a lie, it was. I thought he played in the Cardiff game for some reason, but he didn't. Still, it's nice to see Bruno actually finally get a Premier League appearance. So he has now played in all 6 leagues for Stockport. Someone said, put him up front maybe at the end of the season in a meaningless game, see if he can get himself a goal. I might just do that if I don't get fined by the FA for doing so. Anyway, you can't win them all. It's a bit annoying, but we're still 4 points clear of the drop zone. The Arsenal game is the one that annoyed me the most, just because the goal difference got decimated by it. The Everton was a close game, and we maybe could have done better, but Arsenal, I had no words. At the end of the day, Arsenal are just a better side, and they were better at taking their chances. But we're still doing okay. 12 points from 14 matches. You can see what I mean about Leicester sort of catching up with the top 7 sides now, even though they have a negative goal difference still. We're still, I think, a lot better than at least 5 or 6 teams in this league, and now we've got a run of games against teams around us. So if we can pick up good results in this period, we've got Bristol City, there's a game against Huddersfield and Brighton in there as well. Huddersfield have done all right. They beat Liverpool, so still a lot of work to be done, but I think we're on the right track, So today we host Bristol City. We've played them 4 times this save, and we've beaten them on all 4 occasions. That is a really nice record to have against someone. Hopefully we can continue that today at home, and I really think we kind of have to, don't we? I just saw our next 2 games, Brighton away, Huddersfield at home. I want 7 points from these matches. That's my target from these. A point away maybe, and win both the home games, or whoever. Really, I don't care, as long as I get the points. So Bristol City, play like this. I'm not going to match them or do anything like that. I think the most sensible tactic to start off with in games is definitely the 1DM system. So we'll do a quick pick. Is Spicer? No, I don't want him. I want Z Maria, obviously. My system picks some weird players. Like, he's picked James Teggart to be left back. Apparently also Bajsa means poop in Swedish, so that's always a fun one. But at least we weren't conceding loads of long shots. I don't think we've conceded a single long shot in that entire period. Even though we were losing, we weren't conceding long shots, and I feel so much better about that, because at least if we're losing to normal goals. So on the bench, Gribin, Fazic, Hume, Bolina, Gray, Boskovic, and Djuro. Options. Got options. Okay then, Stuperovic obviously was a brilliant goal scorer in the Championship last year, and he's actually got 5 already for them this year, so I think he's got more than our top scorer, to be honest. Okay then, we should be winning this one fairly comfortably. Here's another fun one for you. When we played Birmingham in the Cup, my assistant thought we were the underdogs. Underdogs in the Premier League against a League One team. What are you smoking, Paul? This is the kind of game where we need to be picking up wins, basically, at home against sides in the relegation zone. If we don't want to be in there, we need to beat the teams that are. Diangana, the man we're marking up. And he's very nearly scored straight away. That's a good start. Davidson on the edge of the area. Can he pick a long shot out? Maybe he does. Oh, we've scored a long shot. Ladies and gentlemen, praise be. Andy Davidson, 2 minutes into the match, has scored a goal from the edge of the area. Hey, I mean, if I complain when it happens to us, I'm going to call it out when it happens. I don't think he should be able to get the ball through this many people. It's a good strike, actually, but Bristol City should be doing better there. It is 1-0 to Stockport County, and Andy Davidson has his second goal of the season. Nice for Andy, and we have the lead already, which is very, very nice. That's the main thing. Davidson. Particularly as this tactic we play tends not to get our strikers that many goals, as you remember. Davison again, maybe. Go on, so I thought he was going to have another go at it. Kubat, he's all the way through, hits the crossbar. What a strike from Kubat. Diangana, it's a long way out. Oh, it's another penalty. Oh, we're conceding a lot of penalties this season. It's not like we're conceding tons of fouls. And Andy Davidson, oh, it's Andy Davidson. GG, Andy. Giving teams too many chances. Vavro steps up for Bristol City. We've not had a single penalty saved this year that we've conceded either, and Denis Vavro equalises for Bristol City, and we're shooting ourselves in the foot over and over again. Well, we'll just have to turn it into the West Ham game, where we had an early setback, but we pushed on through and were the better side for the rest of the match. Diangana, ball in. And now we've conceded immediately from a set piece. Filip Stuperovic. And now we're losing at home to Bristol City, and all of a sudden this game has just completely flipped in a matter of seconds. Like, goals in the 19th and 23rd minute. I mean, there's 2 players there. Maybe one of you could try and win the ball. It's 2-1 to Bristol. What is going on? And, oh, squares it. Miller. Sorry, I was completely checking something else there. And Maria gets in behind, and now we're back level here at Edgeley Park. It's certainly not going to be a good game for the defenders here. Makengo's ball straight over the top. Dreadful defending. I mean, they allow Maria. Oh, that's actually, no, that's just pure luck again. Pulls it back across, and Miller's at the back post. I think that's his 4th goal. That's dreadful goalkeeping too. Miller makes it 2-2. Now we just need to push on from here and try to stabilise. Edge of the box, and Davison picks it up again. Oh, Roussel. It's who scored that? It's an own goal by James Husband. Stockport 3, Bristol City 2. What even happened? Like, there's just a melee in the box. Davison picks it up on the edge, but then it comes across to Roussel. Oh, God. Vavro clears it against James Husband. That is just as bad as what we did against West Ham, honestly. Bristol City have had some dreadful luck in today's game, in a way. I mean, we've scored 3 goals with 2 shots on target. I have to say it when I see it. Like, that is... we're crazy fortunate to be in front. Now let's try and hold it. I guess the right-hand side is their danger area, but... really, is it? Oh, they've gone 4-3-3. This is... okay, what have we learned? 4-3-3, narrow defence. Right, let's have this in the second half. They're bringing on... oh, God, they're bringing off a wonder kid. That's kind of cool. But they are playing a 4-3-3 now. So we've got to be careful here. The narrow defence is kind of what's key here, because it means that we don't get overloads, because everyone's already in the box. Looking along. Bajsa could win that. He does. Maria, this is where we can be beneficial here. Miller's through! And... oh, good God! Are you joking? It's saved, and he's basically missed an open goal. Yes, Bajsa's done well. Can he pick a pass now? He's got options left and right. Goes for Maria instead. Can he score? Saved by Lumley. We're creating more chances in this second half, though. I think we've been the better team now. Just got to stick to this, though, and find that 4th goal. Booty. Dimitrov, can he pick a cross out this time? He goes to the edge for Kubat, and it's in. And Liam Miller has got his 2nd of the night, and now we hopefully have put this game to... this has been a really fun match, I must say. It's 4-2 to Stockport County. This reminds me of Fulham last night. Bless my little heart. Elvin Kubat with the headed assist here. He's all alone. And that's actually really clever. Kubat's header, Miller's with the 2nd header. His 5th goal of the year. Top scorer now for us. I'm going to get Kubat off, actually, as well, for Hume, because he is the man you bring on when you want to see a game out. Oh, don't lose the ball here, though. Edge of the box to Davison. He's got a man out wide. Can he find him? It's John Hume! Oh, it's saved by Lumley. I'm still waiting on Hume's 1st goal. Davison's going to look out wide again. Oh, crap. Now we're in trouble. 10 minutes to go. Diangana. And it's a goal. 4-3, and that is totally our fault. There's no reason to give the ball away there. We just do. And now Grady or Dianga, like, just... why is he passing it there when there's tons of options? Ah, dear. I thought we put the game to bed, but it's like, do we try and sit on it now? We can't really, can we? And you know what's... oh, you don't know what's coming. Let's just not do that again, eh, lads? Dimitrov, that's better. That's the one we should have made before. All the way across. And he's going to get back as well. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. Brownhill. We need him to be good here. And he's not been good at all. What on earth? What the hell? When this ball is played over the top, they just... I don't understand why nobody's... They're sort of trying to go near him, but then... Oh, my lord. I mean, that is just dreadful. That is just awful play. Ah, dear. Dimitrov. Ball in again. Hume! How? I don't know. I'm at a loss of words. We should have had more goals in this match and not conceded as many as we did. To concede 4 goals off of 5 shots on target, again, is bad. I'm not going to lie, it's bad. Unless they get one... Oh, thank God for that. It's not great. It's another point, which is a good thing. But we should be putting this game to bed. We were vastly better than them on the night, particularly in the second half, and it's just not quite gone our way. But that's football sometimes, and that seems to be the way things have gone for us lately. It's a weird old world, isn't it? So, here's how the league is now after 15 matches. We are now 5 points clear of the drop zone as things stand, but it could have been 7 and looking much more comfortable if we just... done our job, basically. It's a dreadful way to finish off a match when you get into that position and then just throw it all away. And since it is a double live com next, I'm going to do the one game off camera with Brighton, and we'll come back for Huddersfield and Liverpool at home. So the Huddersfield one is a must win, the Liverpool one is just a free hit, and we'll see how we do against the bigger side again, see if we can keep the scoreline down, but we need to try and go to Brighton and pick up a victory. I still feel like on the pitch, we've got enough in terms of the quality of chances and stuff to actually be winning more matches at the moment. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, despite the 4-4 draw, hey, if nothing else, it was a fun old game, there's that. Then drop a like on the video, that would be bloody awesome. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this in your inbox every single day at 6 o'clock. And I'll join you guys in the next episode for a double live com of Huddersfield Town and Liverpool at home. I want to see us get some points off of a big side this year, just to prove that we can do it, you know? That's just what I want to see. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.